Hello, it's Tracy Kaywood with the Property Mob, the makers of Badass Investors. And I'm sitting out here today with my dog. Y'all can't see him, but I'll get him over here in a minute. But I want to tell you about, okay, first off, people are always, saying how great wholesaling is and all that. And it is, don't get me wrong. It's a great business. It's easy to learn. It's the fastest way to make money, big check in real estate. You don't need money to buy the house. You do need money for marketing. So, if they tell you that you don't need money, I don't know. Anyway, I don't believe that. But there's also some not so good points about wholesaling. And I'm doing a whole series on the website, propertymob.com, to tell you the not so good things about the wholesaling business. I'm not doing it to freak you out. So don't wig. It's cool. Relax. I'm just doing it to kind of give you my take on the business and some of the things that I don't like about it. I mean, you could love it. You could love this stuff. Like Dan, he likes some of the stuff that I hate about wholesaling. So anyway, this video I'm going to tell you, and we're going to talk about the ugliness of the houses. So, Ron LeGrand calls wholesaling the ugly house business. In fact, one of his boot camps is titled, Ugly House Boot Camp, which I did go to a long time ago. And he has Pretty House Boot Camp. But more specifically, wholesaling is designed to target ugly houses. An ugly house usually indicates distress of a seller or distress of a property, one of the two. Now, a distressed property is deferred maintenance, obviously. Something's wrong with the house. It either has fire damage, it has, needs a roof, needs too much work, plumbing is overflowing in the backyard. Whatever the reason is, it's a distressed property. A distressed seller, on the other hand, has an emotional reason for selling. Death in the family, illness, can't afford the house, can't afford the upkeep, moving to another state, getting old and can't maintain it, just there's so many different reasons that cause emotional distress. And when you put those two together, you usually come up with an ugly house scenario. So I'll give you two examples that I've had in my career of wholesaling that just stick out in my head so vividly. It was actually three. My dog's choking if you don't hear. He's got choking on something. But, you okay, Branson? What? I think you ate a sandspur sticker or something. Anyway, 3 ugly houses that are so vivid in my memory. I can't even take it. I'll never forget these, and I'll try to make it short. One of them, his name was Earl. And if you guys know me, you probably have heard the Earl story because it was just mind-blowing. Earl lived in a house in Paxson on Fitzgerald Street, and he was a hoarder, okay? He was severe. I never experienced a real-life hoarder in real life, nor had I seen it on TV because I don't watch a lot of TV. So I had not seen that. I've heard of it, but I had never seen it this for real, in your face. So we walked into Earl's house. There was a little rabbit trail from the front door to his bedroom. And everything in between that, by the way, we had to walk sideways to get through the house, to get to his bedroom, to kind of see what was going on. Wow. I can't describe this, but I sat on the porch for a week, y'all, 7 days. I was mind blown. I was like, oh my, how can somebody live like that? I mean, this is too much. And I tried to give her a little counseling session on his front porch and say, maybe you need to get some help. And he said, well, what are you talking about? My house is just a little messy. And, anyway, we ended up buying the house and we sold it. That was an ugly house and an ugly seller. It was just a bad situation, how he was living. There was a hole in the roof. It was raining down in his house. He didn't have a tarp on it, and he just, didn't care. He was oblivious to kind of what was going on. Okay. Second house was the cat ladies. House was in Riverside. Kind of nice, nice area. But they came out to talk to us about their property, to Dan and I, and oh my God, they reeked of cat urine. Like, so bad. I was like, oh my. I hadn't even been. Their house was, 100 feet away. So they invited us to come in, and we did. And as soon as the front door opened, we were like, oh, like I needed a gas mask. I could not breathe. I don't know how these women were alive. Like, they were breathing this stuff. Come here, Branson. They were breathing this toxic, fumes, right? Here's my dog, y'all. What's up? What's up? Yep, he's done choking on his sticker. Anyway, they must have had 30 or 40 cats. It's a cat in the house. No litter box, okay? Their couch was like urinated on and pooped on. It was disgusting. I couldn't believe it. We ended up buying that house too. But that was a distressed house and a distressed seller. Very ugly. And then the next one's kind of graphic. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because this is a true story, y'all. This is the not so good about wholesaling. This was a probate, and we went to the house, and he was walking us around the house and stuff, and he was like, telling us a story about his mom dying in the house, and that she had a dog, and that she was in there, passed for 7 days. And as you can imagine, the dog was in survival mode, and, well, you know what happened. I'm not even going to say it. But that was a distressed house and a distressed seller, y'all. That was just, whoop. So this just like 3 stories of real shit that happened that it kind of messes with you, You have to deal with these sellers and these houses on a daily basis if you're out there wholesaling. So there's not a lot of females, at least in Jacksonville, in the wholesaling business. I don't know if it's because they're all soft and stuff and they can't handle this kind of stuff, but if you have, if you can't take that kind of stuff emotionally, that's not so good, alright? You need to toughen up, thicken your skin up, because you're going to be dealing with all kinds of crazies out there. I'm not even lying. Like, you leave and thankful for what you have and how your mind works, because it's not like them. I mean, we've seen a lot. That's just 3 stories that I just, they're stuck in my head. I know I didn't explain them enough for you to be able to not sleep tonight, but that's one of the not so good parts of wholesaling, is the situations that you deal with people and their houses and their families, and conflict and distress. It's fucked up. It's sad sometimes. So you gotta have tough skin, and remember that it's just a business, and you can't make their problem your problem. That's what you can't do, is make their problem your problem. Try to solve their problem, and as far as that goes, the only thing you can solve is the house. I mean, if the house is the problem, you can solve that. You can fix that problem. The other things, you can't help, right, Branson? Okay, so I titled this, Ugly Houses Are Hard on the Eyes, because sometimes I get tired of looking at these houses, y'all. Like, I know what I'm going to see when I get there. I mean, if it's just a paint and carpet house, I'm ecstatic. I'm like, woohoo! This doesn't need a, full rehab. This isn't a $25,000, $30,000 job. This is great. I'm so excited. Most of the time, I know what's coming. I've seen it. It's ugly. It's outdated. It's a dump. Kind of gets old after a while. I mean, 15 years of this, and, ugly houses are just hard on the eyes. So, not that I'm not going to do it anymore. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, to me, it gets kind of old, all these ugly houses. So, it's fun though. Alright? So don't let me discourage you. This is the not so good truth about wholesaling. And I'm here to lay down the law, tell you like it is, and that's how it is. It ain't pretty out there. So feel free to leave your comments and tell me about your horror stories, because I know you probably got some that are worse than mine. Dead rats, hypodermic needles on the floor, cats all dead in the yard. I mean, it's crazy. So tell me about your stories. I'd love to hear about them and compare them to my hoarder, my cat lady, and my dog ate the dead lady story. So, alright, so we'll catch you later. Property Mob, makers of badass investors. This is my dog right here, y'all. Branson. He is this dog is the coolest dog ever right here. Okay? So, y'all check in with me later. And keep doing what you're doing. As long as you're doing something. Okay? Check you later.